Hey folks, like a response here. We are doing our last three from the overbuilt knife case, and we are grabbing this one if I can get fingers in there. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the weird of this giant titanium brick, the PMP Knives Alpha Beast. Let's sit down and take a close look at it. Here we go, the PMP Alpha Beast. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the weird. Good being things I like, bad being things I don't like. Weird just being what makes it different and interesting and caught my eye about it. What makes it unlike other knives. I messed that up. We are, of course, going to start with some measurements and size comparisons, all of which will be... Well, the size comparisons are going to be stupid and meaningless when we talk about this knife. You're going to see why. You may have already guessed. Let's start out with the ruler. Blade length. 4 inches or thereabouts. Not a whole lot to worry about. Overall length, a little over 9 inches. Doesn't seem that big in this dimension. I mean, it's a full-size knife, but not that big of a concern. That is the dimension that makes this knife so different. Let's kind of see if we can line this up. Nope. Yeah, it's literally an inch thick. This dimension is about normal. This is about normal. That's where it gets crazy. It's an inch thick. Let's look at that blade stock is, if not exactly half an inch, it's pretty close. Size comparisons to knives that are dwarf this. Large Sebenza, or that this dwarfs rather. Large Sebenza 21. Spyderco Mannix. Thing is, that's the difference. It is absurdly thick, absurdly heavy. Let's do some actually relevant size comparisons. This is the knife that got me into the PMP lineup of different overbuilt beast knives. Here's the Kodiak and the Alpha Smilodon for comparison. So yeah, these are all kind of same size family that way. But when we go this dimension, you can kind of see this is the only one I would normally carry and use. This one got carried and used a couple of times, but it's kind of thick. This one I've never carried. It's unusably thick, practically. But that's getting into good, bad, and weird of it. So let's start with the good. The good, we got titanium handle frame lock with a lock bar insert that you can see in there. Titanium pocket clip. Can we read what's on the blade? Alpha Beast. I think that should say that it's a D2. Maybe. Tiny print. I can't read the tiny print. But this one is the one with the D2 blade. It's got some speed holes on there. So the materials are nice enough. The action is nice. It's got a satisfying thwack. Can I... Oh, I can almost Spidey flick it. The detent needed on something like this is such that I can't really get a good flick without giving it some wrist. And it needs that detent because that blade's about a ½ inch thick. The good is just the craziness of it. The good and the weird are the same thing on this knife. It is ridiculously thick, ridiculously heavy. It's just the ridiculosity of it is what I like. And that's also the weird thing. It is, I mean, at its heart, it is a very plain Jane flat titanium slabs, a backspacer, a blade, frame lock, just amplified to the point of silliness. The bad. That amplified to the point of silliness makes it very unwieldy. It is a cool object to have in your collection if you are the type of collector who's just buying cool things to have in their collection, like me. It is heavy enough that you're not going to carry this around and show it to your buddies or anything. You're going to take Instagram photos or show it on YouTube like I'm doing here. The weird. Well, the weird is, for the amplification of a very bare bones titanium frame lock, there isn't a whole lot else they did to it. They could have done milling. They could have, these slabs are thick enough. You could have done skeletonizing. You could have done weird finishes or milling or sculpted handles. They didn't do any of that. The choice to keep it so minimalistic in every other way except the size is weird. But, you know, I kind of like having the family together here. There's probably going to be some other PMP knives that we come across as we carry through, but I feel like these three are the main three of the PMP overbuilt knife oeuvre, collection, genre, whatever word you want to use. Tell me in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.